Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Makakadash, double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone at Ruwell, and Shalom to all Arkim around the globe teaching the word with faith and truth and sincerity. I'm the brother Caleb from the GMS London Forecasters Camp, back with another lesson to help edify the Lord's elect. As always, I like to start by saying that we are the real Hebrew Israelites, and the real Israelites, these are called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, West Indians, West Africans predominantly. However, you will find Israelites that do look like the other nations, because we as a people have been scattered amongst all nations throughout our various captivities. But if your seed line by your forefathers goes back to the man in the Bible that was named Israel, then you too are an Israelite, no matter what you may look like, because the book of Numbers, chapter 1 and the 18th verse states your nationality is determined by the lineage of your forefathers. So I just wanted to do a quick lesson here, going into a video clip that I was watching recently. It was suggested in my YouTube feed, and I clicked on it, and it turned out to be rather interesting. And it ties into the issue of Isaiah 32 and verse 9, which says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease, and hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, and the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins, for they shall lament for the teats, and for the pleasant fields, and for the fruitful vine." So basically, the reason why I'm quoting that scripture is because in this society, the vast majority of women that are living in this society are living at ease. They're very lazy, they're very apathetic, they've got no drive to really do anything, not least of all to serve anyone other than themselves and their own belly. Now, as you can see on this screen, on the right here, you've got this woman who supposedly calls herself a plus size model, and she appeared in some music video, some Miley Cyrus music video. Now, the debate that's going on around this is because she's more considered to be morbidly obese. She's extremely overweight, but they put her in this music video to promote her as if we should be accepting of everybody, and we should be proud, no matter who we are or what we look like, because everybody has to accept us no matter what. And this is the kind of world that Esau's created, where mediocrity is applauded and true greatness is looked down upon. Now, what would true greatness be? True greatness would be to be doing the things which the Most High finds pleasing and pleasurable, rather than doing the things which serve our own vain appetites and opinions. Now, the things that the Most High finds pleasing when it pertains to a woman can be found in the book of Proverbs. Is it 31, the 31st chapter? That goes into what a wise woman would be like. Also, Titus 2 and verse 3 goes, starting from 3 on down, goes into what a good woman should be like. Now, I'm going to play a short clip of this interview. I'm not going to play too much because I don't want to get the video hit with a copyright strike, but Lord willing, what I will do is I'll put a link to this video in the description, because it's actually worth watching. Because what you will find with a lot of women is that they can't take accountability for anything, and when they're called up to when the spotlight is shone upon their folly, the first thing they like to do is play the deflection game. Oh yeah, but look at you, but you're doing this and you're doing that. No, but it's not about flipping the script on people. It's about actually, when someone says something to you, hey, look, you know what you're doing ain't right. It's not about, oh, but you're doing this, but you're doing that. No, sometimes you have to actually take a look in the mirror and be like, you know what? Yeah, I am fucking up in this area. You know what? Yeah, I did fall short in that area, and I have I am a failure in certain aspects. But this society wants to make everybody into a winner, which is some bullshit. Like, it's like you could be the worst person at a particular task, but let's give him an award just because he turned up or some shit like that. Rather than let's give this person an award because they've actually done something above the ordinary. So let me play a little bit of this clip and it will speak for itself. Let me play a little bit.
Big backlash against your appearance in the video. These critics saying that it glorifies obesity, that your weight is unhealthy, and that by appearing in the video, you're encouraging people to be overweight. And then, once this critic had spoken out, a big backlash against the criticism by people saying, no, this is about accepting all sorts of different shapes and sizes, which is the camp that I'm in, as I'm sure the viewers already know. But what is your view?
You see that stupid woman on the right there in the green. She's saying, I'm accepting of all people, of all sizes. I mean, what the hell is accepting shit? You don't need to accept shit, man. You can have standards. And you can have standards. You can say, you know what, man, you ain't met the criteria. I'm sorry, but no, you haven't met the criteria. You're not. I don't have to accept you. You know, we live in a world where people are too afraid to say what they fucking think anymore, man. Especially women.
And how have you reacted to the criticism against you?
Well, I mean, fat people exist. There's no question about that.
But it's whether we should be celebrating a body image which is medically defined as highly dangerous. And I'll explain why. If you don't mind me just going through some stats here. You're 36 years old, you're 5'4", you're 380 pounds, 27.1 stone, and your BMI is 64.6. Now,
See, he says she's 36-year-old, 5'4", and she looks like a fucking and she's basically the size of a fucking house, man. I mean, what's that? Who is she? 36-year-old. Why aren't you tending to your husband, man? Why aren't you tending to your family? Why aren't you tending to your household? Why are you sat on your ass, stuffing your face every day, trying to appear in music videos, trying to promote it? Yeah, this is the lifestyle that other young women should be following. Fucking ridiculous, man. Oh, and here's a secret. She ain't 36 years old.
BMI ranges, according to the World Health Organization, 18 is underweight, up to 24 normal weight, 25 to 29 overweight, 30 to 34 class 1 obesity, 35 to 39 class 2 obesity, anything over 40 class 3 obesity, which is morbid obesity, i.e. a level of obesity which could very possibly lead to early death.
So she's there in that class 3 obesity, right? Check it out.
Your BMI is 64.6.
Do you think that Angelina doesn't know all of this?
No, the reason I'm saying it is so that viewers can understand the debate properly. My argument is this, is that when you are that level of morbid obesity, statistically, is it right to put people like yourself into a pop video celebrating that kind of weight? And I ask you honestly, to be honest with yourself. We've had all this with Tess Holliday. She's on the cover of Cosmo and it's all celebrated. There's no mention of it being a dangerous weight.
Honestly, if you were really concerned about people being obese and representing something bad, you would take yourself off the air because you're not exactly slim yourself.
Well,
right?
okay, I'm 220 pounds and I'm 6 foot.
See, what is she talking about, right? Rather than address the question that's been directed to her, what does she turn around and say? Oh, well, if you really cared about overweight people, you'd take yourself off TV. Now, I'm not a Piers Morgan supporter or a fan, but he's not morbidly obese. There she is sitting on a fucking... She's actually 46 years old, right? Sitting on a 46-year-old fat ass doing the square root of fuck all. But she don't want to take accountability for this condition she's in. Fucking ridiculous, man.
right? You're 5'4" and you're 380 pounds. So there is a difference. I'm not morbidly obese.
Right, but you're still
I'm
fat
actually reasonably
too. You're
healthy.
still fat
I'm reasonably fit. Well, you might think I'm fat. Most viewers are looking at this and think they're not seeing me as morbidly obese, right? So you're perfectly entitled to throw the jibes back at me.
But you're still fat. You being less
I'm not in
fat
Miley
than
Cyrus's
me
pop
doesn't
video.
make, you know.
I'm not in a pop video, am I? Extolling
But
the
you're on
virtues
TV.
of my body.
You're on TV. You're on TV every day.
So you think that me
You're on
sitting
TV
here
every
now...
day. You're going to tell me that...
You think, just to clarify, there is a comparison between me sitting here now, 6'1", 220 pounds. I am reflecting and celebrating a clinically dangerous level of weight, you think?
People think learning piano takes a really long time, but that's false. Here's how long it really takes with this new method.
Right.
I think...
Now, 6'1", 220
Look at her
pounds.
face.
I am reflecting and celebrating a clinically dangerous level of weight, you think?
I think that if you were really concerned about glorifying obesity, you would take yourself off the air.
But I'm not obese. It's just a statistical medical fact.
You're fat, though.
I'm not medical.
You
I'm not
being
even fat.
but you being
No, I'm
less
not.
fat.
This is the point, though. My point is,
Okay.
with great respect to you, my body mass index is not 64.6, which is 24 above the morbid obesity level. So you can throw it back at me, and that's fine. I'm a big boy in many ways, right? That's fine, right?
Too big, according to Angelina.
I have a serious point. I think there is a trend now with Tess Holliday and now you of glamorizing morbid obesity, which actually is dangerous. And I'd say this for your health as much as anything else. It's like, it is a dangerous weight to be. Do you accept that?
Well, Piers, honestly, I will tell you, I am not healthy. I'm not going to pretend like I am in perfect health, but I am 46 years old, not 36.
Okay.
I am 8 years younger than you, and don't look my age.
So basically, when the stats are given for this woman, right? Because a lot of women, they lie about their ages, right? So this ain't nothing new. But the funny thing is that now she's being called out on it. She's got no qualms or reservations about telling her real age, as if that's something to be proud of. This is a 46-year-old woman sitting there doing the square root of fuck all and don't want to take accountability for the state she's in. This is a fucking joke, man. And I'll say this, and I don't think it's any secret, but these Western women are the worst women out there, man. Especially you American women. You American women, like, so fucking proud, so fucking vain. And don't even get me started on the so-called black woman, man. But let me end this, because I don't want to play no more, because it's not really that important. The point's been made. If you want to watch, if you want to watch the rest of that video, I'll put a link to it in the description, Lord willing. Let me get some precepts on this. So let me read this again. Where was I? Isaiah 31 and 9. I believe it's Isaiah 31 and 9. Was it 39 and 1? 39 and 1. No, 31 and 9. It's not the one, so lucky, wait me a second. Just get a precept again. Isaiah 32 and 9. Close but no cigar. It says, "Rise up, you women that are at ease, and hear my voice, ye careless daughters." So that's a fat ass woman sitting there at ease. Because society is accepting of her bullshit. But you know what, man? When things get put in their right order, you know, these women are going to be put to work, man. They're not going to be sitting around being idle, just getting fat. You know, they're going to be put to work, man. When I say put to work, meaning doing the work that a woman should be doing. A woman is supposed to be serving her husband, not her own fat fucking belly. Serving her household, you know, taking care of her children, man. Women have got business to attend to, but in this society, these women are fucking idle, man. Isaiah 32 verse 9, "Rise up, you women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters." Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, and the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you, and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, and for the pleasant fields, and for the fruitful vine. See, all of these benefits you're currently getting in this society, they're soon going to come to a bitter end. Let me jump to another precept I want to get. What is it? Proverbs 31, if I get that. Starting at verse 10. Proverbs 31 and verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. She seeketh wool and flax, and worketh willingly with her hands. She is like the merchant ships, she bringeth her food from afar. She riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens. She considereth a field, and buyeth it. With the fruit of her hand she planteth a vineyard. She girdeth her loins with strength, and strengtheneth her arms. She perceiveth that her merchandise is good, and her candle goeth not out by night. She layeth her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff. She stretcheth out her hands to the poor, yea, she reacheth forth her hands to the needy. She is not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. She maketh herself coverings of tapestry, her clothing is silk and purple. Her husband is known in the gates, and he sitteth amongst the elders of the land. See, this is all pertaining to the spirit of wisdom, because wisdom is likened unto a female spirit. But when you look at these things that are being described here, and you compare it to the women of today, you will see that a lot of women of today, they're not moving with wisdom. They're not doing the things to help establish and strengthen their household. In fact, they're doing everything to tear their own households down with their own hands by being out of order, unruly, and disobedient. What do the scriptures say? Rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. So these women are nothing but straight up rebels and witches. So here's the key point, right? I'm going to read on. Verse 24, it says, She maketh her fine linen, and selleth it, and delivereth girdles unto the merchant. Strength and honour are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and her tongue is the law of kindness. She looketh well to the ways of her household. Here's the key point. And eateth not the bread of idleness. See, a lot of these women are straight up idle, man. And it's a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke. Reading on, it says, her children arise up and call her blessed, and her husband also, he praiseth her. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. Favour is deceitful, and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth Yahweh, she shall be praised. Give her the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. Favour is deceitful, and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth Yahweh, she shall be praised. This woman who I just showed on the screen in that clip, here. That's not a woman that fears the Lord, man. If I can even put it up. You can see in her face, that's not a woman who fears the Lord, man. She looks fucking ignorant as all hell. And the scriptures do say the Most High have deprived her of wisdom. But it deprived the woman of wisdom. But she just looks like vain, proud, You can't tell me nothing. I mean, who'd want to deal with a woman like that, man? That will take years off your life rather than add to them. But that's the state of this society, man. This is what this society produces, man. The earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. Get another precept here before I close out Titus, 2nd chapter, 3rd verse. Says, starting at verse 3, the aged women likewise. Now that is an aged woman. Remember, she's 46 years old, masquerading as a 36-year-old, but she's fucking 46, man. I mean, how can you be 46 living like that? You know what I'm saying, man? You should have been flipping, had children, raised children, probably even be looking. Your children will probably should be around the age where they're looking to start bringing up their children. So, you know, you're borderline grandparent age. But you're sitting there like a fucking, looking like a straight up jelly baby, man. I don't want to take no accountability for your life. This is what I'm saying, man. When Yahushua comes back, man, these women are going to be put to shame. So verse 3, the aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as become of holiness, not false accusers. She was a false accuser there. Talking about Piers should take himself off TV. Now, I'm not a Piers Morgan fan, but the guy's not morbidly obese like she was. Not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things. So she's not teaching young women good things. She's teaching young women they can be fat and entitled and everybody has to accept them, which isn't reality, man. That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient unto their own husbands, that the word of God be not blasphemed. That's what the young women, the aged women are supposed to be teaching the younger women, not to be fat, morbidly obese, overweight, entitled, and everybody has to accept me, and it just is what it is, and I'm not going to diet because diets have a 95% fail rate, so why am I even going to try? What kind of bullshit is that, man? Like, you got to watch, that's another quote from the fucking interview. You have to watch the whole clip to get that, but that woman's talking about, oh, well, diets have a 95% fail rate, so why should I even bother to try? What kind of fuckery attitude is that, man? You know, that's the attitude of today, that's the attitude of this world. So sometimes you just have to shake your head and marvel at it, man. Which is what I was doing when I watched that clip. But anyway, the scriptures clearly tell you what characteristics an attractive woman should have. Because at the end of the day, beauty is a vain thing at the end of the day. Beauty is a vain thing. So with that, giving all praises, honor and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kakadash, double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone at Ruwal, and shalom to all the Arkim, teaching this word around the globe with faith and truth and sincerity. I'm out for this one. I'll catch you on the next Lord willing. Shalom for now. Wa Baba Ba Wa Shalom.